Hello.
I think I need some coffee. How's it, everybody? Welcome back into the Paper Plate Inn. I'm Mikata Niwi, and thank you guys for waiting for me to come back live. It is so good to actually see you guys here today. Did you guys eat well? Did you guys rested well? Did you guys have a good day at work? If not, I hope that today's stream will make your day a bit more brighter and better. But how is everyone doing today? I overslept. Yay, Miki, way to go. You had one job doing your stream early and you kind of overdid it. Well, to be fair, it was a nice blanket. Okay, but yes, it took me, I know we should have done this thing in about a couple of hours ago, but, well, Steve came home and he also brought in a new gift that I got from my throne, which is a surprise, but a very much a welcoming one. Someone has actually gifted me a weighted blanket that has been sitting on my throne gifts for a long while, and we decided to actually test that thing out. And boy, howdy, do I have stories to actually share on that. But I guess that's something we'll have to wait when we get inside the inn proper, shall we? But how is everyone doing today? Boy Splatty, Lord Blood, Soulfire, and welcome back. Meta Mercy, welcome back. It's good to see you again. You too, Ice Drake, welcome back. So, yeah, today's the day we're actually going to continue where we can when it comes to Tye Drago's order. And we're most likely going to see what we can do when it comes to the order. I think I'm only good enough for just doing one body today, considering that I overslept in this one and I am in desperate need for some coffee and I did not make myself that. I had one job. Okay, but I'll be alive. I'll thrive. Not the first time this happens. But yeah, I am gonna how about we actually go straight to the podium, shall we? And let's actually get ourselves to work. Okay, here we go. Oh, hey guys!
Yeah. Hello.
Hi! Or that blanket is trying to call you back to its embrace. I'm trying my best not to fall for it, Man of Mercy. I am trying.
Sounds like it was a good addition.
Well, it kinda is, but boy howdy, when it finally Steve said that it was really heavy. And boy, it was stupid heavy. Like, it was, like, I had to, like, I think it's about 10 pounds? 15? I think it feels a little bit around 15-ish pounds. Well, hold on a second. Let me take a gander real fast on the throne, if you will, because it's a 20-pound bag. It's a 20-pound weighted blanket. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. It's a 20-pound queen-size weighted blanket, and it is something that and Steve really had to put his back into it to actually help lift it up alongside with me. So when we finally open it up, we can actually feel the beads that is underneath that weighted blanket. And we actually did try it out. Like he literally just put it all over me, if you will. And yeah, next thing I know, I couldn't get out. It doesn't help that the girls also showed up themselves, and they also made themselves comfortable next to me, if you will. Look at this. I can't move when these girls are right over there, resting, right next to me. They don't want to let me go. And so I just kind of like succumb, and I just kind of feel my eyes start feeling heavy, and next thing I know, I passed out for a good amount of time, way past my schedule for doing my stream. Hence why we're doing it 4 o'clock here today instead of like 1 back at 2. But yeah, I've also saw the news too, Man of Mercy, that the audio director for Cult of the Lamb passed away, and I am so sorry for their loss, and I hope that the developers are doing okay, and the family too behind the audio director. I hope they're also doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh no. I took anti-allergens, so.
Bless you.
I'm okay. Okay. Golem, play back to the beginning. Thank you. I took anti-allergens, I swear. What if Mickey's allergic to JC? I hope not.
God damn it. Considering what happened the other day.
Is this one making you sleepy? No, not really. I'm still chalking it up that it must be dust involved. The hell?
Sorry, I'm working on something on my end, but I forgot I had the voice mod on.
Hello.
Ah, you know what? That's kind of fair. So, let's see. We're gonna bring back Tye Drago's order, which is this big behemoth. I was still working on this one last night, and I didn't get to properly finish it. So, we're going to not open that. Okay, I'm closing that window. Okay. Look, it's nothing nefarious, okay? I just had to open up the BD store, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Look, because there's a part of me that actually has been on the fence on opening up another throne gold just so I could actually get a different wear than the one that is compared than the one that I got from. Okay, cards on the table. I'm on the fence and getting a downscaled version of the fur bulge. Okay. Mistakes were made. All right, I've learned my lesson, Jen. Mistakes were made. Is this my life now?
Maybe.
Oh.
I did my best to warn you about this at the time, honey.
It's just that I did. Look, well, I mean, Zara also suggested maybe to get large, you know? Yeah, yes, Retrofox. Yeah, it is the one. Yep, that is the very one. The one where I Once upon a time back in 2023, I basically challenged chat that if we were able to get the significant throne goal met in time, not only will I actually be doing Powerpuff Girls Dojinshi, which I will never do that again. I said I will add an aware from Bad Dragon, which is the Furbold, and yeah, but we all know how that kind of turned out.
The fact that Azura suggested large makes it sound, or at least sound implied, that she was preparing for a visit.
Prepare for a visit, or maybe she also thought that maybe, just maybe, that's what Furbolgs are actually having it. But I don't know. The moment I saw, all I had to do is just literally turn my head around and just see the Furbolgs right there in the closet, right behind me, and just say, look, it's way too big. All right, it's more of a trophy piece. I can't even.
It's an inside joke because the moment it comes out the closet, there are way too many questions.
Guys, totally unrelated, but I just pulled off something stupid in Dead by Daylight again.
Did you get got?
No, I'm playing as the killer. I got 2 people to rage quit.
I don't think as much as I want to play Dead by Daylight, I don't think I could actually, I don't know if it'll be the game for me. I don't know.
I mean, it's not for everyone. That's something I can accept.
It's kind of like Dota 2.
I did try getting back into it a few months ago, but it didn't click.
Oh god, Dota 2, that's a game. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time ago. I still remember my favorite hero when it comes to that game, if you will. And she still lives in my heart rent-free to this day. Ugh. Thanks for the hydrate. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch. What the hell is going on over there in that side of the woods?
Ooh.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! I need to put this in the TV chat. These guys are so fucking pissed.
Okay.
Question is, which killer did it do it?
Kaneki.
You know what? That's fair.
Oh my god, I need to show this to you guys.
Okay, let's see. She's got a... It's taken all my willpower to not make the clients of my girls to go extra thick.
Oh my god, that was cathartic as hell.
Okay.
I need to send this to Shads too.
You really made the entire lobby leave, JC. What the hell? How pissed is JC? Not pissed. More like he's in a moment of schadenfreude, if you will.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm not the one that's pissed. I'm fucking laughing my ass off.
Does Dead by Daylight reward bonus points for for anyone leaving in the middle of a match for you?
I don't recall. I don't think so. No. That's why they don't. That's why there's blood point offerings.
I think I'm only gonna do one character for this entirety of this commission today. As much as I want to go the whole 9 yards when it comes to all 3 characters, I'm still feeling the groggy eepiness that is in the back. I really want to I should have made myself coffee. Why didn't I do that?
You know, it's funny you mentioned coffee because that's the one drink that ghouls can consume.
Huh? Okay, elaborate.
Yeah, okay, so Tokyo Ghoul. The thing with it is, ghouls cannot eat human food.
That I actually get.
Coffee is the one drink that they can safely consume.
Huh.
Aside from water, I think.
So, water and coffee is the one thing they can't... It has to be black, isn't it?
No, I think it can be any kind of coffee.
Huh. Okay, at least there's one benefit. At least there's one slight benefit to that, but goddamn, the idea that you can't eat human food anymore after you got turned into a ghoul absolutely
Well, I mean, some ghouls are... I mean, most ghouls are born that way.
Hmm.
Oh, in which universe is this?
Tokyo
Tokyo
Ghoul?
Ghoul.
Oh, well, that's disturbing.
Okay, so Miki is secretly a ghoul that has a crush on hot dragons or furball. Shit!
That one game. Yep.
I'm still an Asa myself, anyways. The one time I wish I actually had new emotes when it's just me having a pout and I'm just putting my arms on my hips. I definitely should do that, should I?
You totally should.
It would be a nice addition.
Make the innkeeper more expressive.
Yes. I mean, I have been on this shindig for what? Almost 3 years? Holy shit, it's been that long? I need to actually think of what to do for my anniversary. Okay, so let me go ahead and make these booties. Okay, so let's also make the straps for the shoes there. Given that these are very much based on the Sonic art style, I am trying my best to make sure that they look just about right compared to my usual go-to art style, if you will. Okay. There we go. Mickey's expressive tomato faced. I really want to get myself. Don't get me wrong. The thought of me having a live 2D model really has been on my mind, but I know that investing for one is not going to be easy, especially one that is very that could accomplish not only for expressions, but also ASMR mode and armor mode, if you will. That's the one that kind of would make and break it, if you will.
That is true. It is a nice goal to work towards regardless.
It would. It definitely would. But I have been considering opening up my options when it comes to expanding a little bit of my repertoire in terms of the PNG tuber avatar. Because part of me has been debating whether or not should I actually expand my horizons by upgrading to let's see, what's the name of that one program again? Honk or RahiTuber. Because as much as I want to try going for the other program out there, PNG Tuber Plus, there is a problem. One is that the program has no longer been updated by the developer, and two, said developer actually kind of just talk smack about the VTuber community because how it's full of anime-esque weirdos. I don't know. I forgot how it properly is, but no bueno, sir / ma'am. What the hell?
I only have this to say in response.
Yes. What? Yep. Like you made
I was waiting for the second half.
You basically made a program that is that could benefit a little bit more for the PNG tuber side of the VTuber community. You know, most of us that has been kind of looked down on because we're not as fully expressive or expressive like actual life 2D models. But that is absolutely not okay. Also, hi, Bio.
Hello, Bio.
Hello. Continue.
But yes, oh! Super Soup! Hi! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome into the Paper Plane Inn!
Supper soup.
Let me go ahead. There you go.
I'm gonna see if we've got enough soup in the back. Hang on.
What did I just jump
God-
into?
God damn it, now I'm hungry.
A raid just kind of happened. That's what happened. But yes,
Yeah.
welcome, Raiders. Welcome into the Paper Plane Inn. I'm Mikoto Nui, and we are currently working on this commission for a client. And I am currently trying to work the best I can. So thank you so very much for the raid. I hope that your stream turns out pretty well today. And if you're that exhausted, feel free to actually go and rest up. Okay? Here's the key to the guest room. So there you go. So go ahead and rest.
We actually have soup. So if you want soup, just come on down. Finally, because I had to quickly check the back, and we finally have soup.
Nice.
Did you check there was not a portable hole in the back of the fridge?
Dave, I checked. Okay, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a hole there.
Are you sure? Sure.
I'm pretty sure. Look, just let me have my morning coffee. I haven't properly booted up yet.
You know what? I would love some coffee right about now. Why would you mention that?
Yeah, I was about to say Nui is sharing your suffering.
Oh, how's that big old blanket?
It feels like I'm kind of soft locked into the bed.
It's that good, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, I need to get myself a big heavy blanket like that.
Like, I was legit, Steve soft locked me into the room with that huge blanket on me, and I couldn't move. Especially, it didn't help that our girls, Joe and Grace, basically just curled up right next to me. If I move, I'll disturb the cat. I don't want to disturb the cats.
You don't want to disturb the girlies. You don't want to disturb them for having their little sleepies.
No. So I just kind of I just laid in there with the blanket, and next thing I knew, I just kind of did fall asleep. Whoever is the one who invented the weighted blankets, pretty much
God
are
bless
onto
you.
something.
Yeah, God bless them.
In fact, let me take a gander real fast. Excuse me, Peter Cushing. I need to move you aside. Who invented the weighted blanket? There we go.
Hey, Mickey.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Jay.
Hold on a second. Let me move you aside. Okay. That's
Hello,
way.
Sunstock.
That's way too close for comfort. There you go.
It's alright. Look,
There you
as long
go.
as they're 5 feet apart.
There you go. Mikado, what did I jump into before the raid started?
The PNG tuber upgrades and
Hey,
like.
listen. Yes, Lord
Yeah,
Block? Why don't you go and make some? Well, I would, but I'm already neck deep into this.
But we'll probably save it for like the perpetual break.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, before I hopped in, I like the way, because you mentioned that this is like a very Sonic cartoony style. The way I see it, it's like it's sort of like a live action Power Rangers kind of thing, if that makes sense. Just not because, I mean, like, fucking, what was it? Goddamn, hang on, I gotta, booting.
Take your time.
Powerpuff Girls Z, because the original cartoon had Powerpuff Girls, you know, looking like the Powerpuff Girls, but then
Oh
you add
yeah.
just some Moe and Sugoi in
There
there.
it is.
And,
You know what?
it just
I
kinda
can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. Yeah. Checks out.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Oh, god damn it. Hang on.
Let's
I'll
see.
be right back.
While you do that, I am gonna go and roll the dice because chat has said it's time to pick who's going into the jar.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Okay. 1 is Dave, 2 is JC, 3 is West, 4 is Bio, 5 is Jay, 6 I turn into a plushie and I go into the jar. Let's see. Okay. I am so sorry, West. Any last words?
Wait, what?
You're now in the jar. Okay.
I like how that record scratch sounds unfortunately like somebody's fly.
Okay. Have you seen the redeem earlier? Have you get the care package redeem? I have, and thank you so very much again. She was talking about the comments of a creator of Light 2D program that basically insulted the VTuber community. No, not the creators behind the Live 2D program. That's a Japan-based program. What I meant is the PNG Tuber Plus program.
Yeah, Live UD is a separate.
It's a separate beast altogether. But yeah.
Wait, I'm out of the loop. What's going on?
I have been considering expanding my horizons and upgrading my life to I want to, as much as I want to get myself a live 2D model. I know that is a very much a heavy investment. What with not only finding the right person to do the rigging and all that, but also how much would they charge? So until then, I'm considering expanding my horizons with PNG Tuber programs that are out there, if you will. And I have been having my eyes set on Honk or Rahi Tuber, if you will. There was a time I did consider PNG Tuber Plus, but 2 problems. 1, the program hasn't been updated in about roughly almost a year at this point. I may be mistaken. 2, the creator behind PNG Tuber Plus did not actually made a backhanded remark when it comes to the VTuber community, saying something that it's all full of anime weirdos. I might be wrong, but on how it's properly said, but that's what I remembered from doing my research. And it's just no bueno, sir/madam. What the hell?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't use that program.
No.
So I mean, I'm content with making use of what I have with VitoTube, and I've actually made a crap ton of emotes.
I seriously need to also expand my emotes a little bit too.
I really should. I've already been working on at least a hypothetical sheet for for something. I'm not gonna say what, but I just you could just probably get back into streaming. That's that's all you're gonna get from me. But I could probably just share it with TV chat too. Maybe.
Right here, doggo.
Doggy. That was aside from my dog, who's God bless his soul.
Let's see. My disappointment is beyond immeasurable from hearing this. Also, hi. And hi to Jetsa Dragon. I mean, I get what he means. Pretty saturated with waifu models, but one thing to remember, not all VTubers, bro. Why they gotta be so daft and hate-filled?
All VTubers. Not
And also,
all VTubers.
Also, what's wrong with liking anime?
I also asked... Sorry.
No, that's alright. I was gonna say, there's a fucking, like a claymation like VTuber as well, and a fucking retro
What?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
animation VTubers are out there. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I know. It's very rare, and the fact that they like they do a lot with the platform. It's just, I gotta say, it's like the whole argument of like, oh, animation is not a genre. Like, VTubing, it's the platform, but the style you bring to it, it's like you add your own. Like,
Exactly. You add your own to it.
yeah, I mean,
Huh.
for fuck's sakes, there's like even models that are just like either fucking like PS1 N64 inspired shtick as well.
There's a VTuber out there that's just straight up the engineer from TF2.
Oh yeah, you utter near.
Engineer gaming real. Engineer gaming is real.
I miss
And also-
Utternear.
And also, there's one that's literally just a freaking T-Rex. There's literally one that's just a freaking T-Rex.
Yep,
Hell
Red
yeah.
Claw himself.
Yeah. Shout out Red Claw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Check him out if you have to.
I really need to get back into watching more of his streams. Oops, wrong color. It's just
Also,
that.
another great example. Oh my gosh, also another great example. If I may shout out one of my buddies here, Raccoon. Raccoon is a toon.
Oh.
He's a toon raccoon. And also one of the main characters from the web series Tome.
Oh.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, throwback to 2011.
That's.
Oh,
God,
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
want to be reminded by the passage of time, because immediately I just got flashbanged, realizing that it was 16 years ago.
Yeah.
The passage of time gets more painful the more the more like the passage of
Why do
time
you think
hurts.
Why do you think I made the living embodiment of time in my story a zombified crocodile held together by timepieces in sand?
You know what? That is absolutely fair.
But you know what? At least
Because
he's
that's
got
what it
time on
feels
his
like.
side. Yeah, he's got time on his side at least. The spice. Just gonna drop this in TV Gen 2.
I would make a comment, but that would be a spoiler.
I think you know. I think I want to keep. I think it's one of those cases where it's better to keep those secrets.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm only just gonna show it for like a minute, and then I'm gonna delete it. So take a good look, and this is what I'm working on.
Oh.
It's
Okay, I gotta see this. Hold on.
okay, but I can
I'm
understand
moving away
the
from the
process.
commission that I'm working on.
Yeah. So it's practically like the process of it is
Hey,
like
yo!
interest. Yeah.
And
Yeah, and like with the fact that like with PNG tubing, like I know that there's like different layers, different different buttons, different motions and stuff. So that I'm getting, so I get it. But you didn't hear it from me, all right? You didn't hear it from me. You just it's just a little leak. It's like someone tried to hack into into my system, into my brain. And then they just ripped this out. It's like, dude, check this out. Oh my god, your biosphere leaks confirmed. Oh my god.
You know what? That's fine. Keep your secrets.
I'm going to keep them well hidden, and I'm going to actually like do something about my hardware. All right, it's gone. That's it.
It disappeared like a ferret in the wind.
That's it.
and just
It
like that,
disappeared.
it's gone. Just like an angel's kiss.
Yeah, like a rolling stone. But
Rosetta
if anyone
Stone.
didn't get to see it in the voice chat, you snooze, you lose. But I'm not like that. I'm just like, hey, look, if
And-
you wanna ask, I'll just you could just like ask me in DMs, just if you're still wondering.
Fair enough. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Mickey, guess what I'm working on?
Hmm?
I'm doing a character design commission
Hey!
for one of my friends' personas.
How's that going so far?
Well, so far, I'm making 2 different versions, one normal and one Zelda themed.
Hey!
Because, of course, fellow Zelda nerd, I feel like you'd like my friend Seely. She's really nice.
I mean, I mean, I have a feeling I have a feeling that it might turn out well too. It's just that I've never been heavy into Legend of Zelda because I've never played the series proper.
Which reminds me, we still need to do that collab where I take you through the first game, or rather one of the first games in the timeline. I should clarify. This will establish everything you need to know about the series.
Fair enough.
Or, alternatively, you could probably stream one of the first Zelda games.
That was what I was saying. I'm saying that as a collab, I need to take Miki
I'm
from.
stupid. I'm sorry.
I'm saying that I need to take Miki through Ocarina of Time because she deserves to experience it.
Yeah. Oh, Ocarina of Time. I thought I was talking about the NES one. But
Oh no. You want to know what the best of Zelda is? Start with Ocarina of Time. It's simple.
Okay. All right.
That being said, a link to the past is also a really good one to start with.
No, it's past windwalking. Also, are there holes in this job?
Yeah, and not to mention,
That-
I mean, Jesus Christ, there's different timelines. I don't want to get into timelines and stuff. This is too early for that shit. It's too early for that shit for me.
You know,
Yeah, we're not
that's
gonna go. We're not gonna go there, but I want to let you know, Ocarina of Time is basically the keystone of what makes Zelda what it truly is.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. What is that, Jackson Dragon? By the way, Mickey, speaking of Red Claw, he's thinking of reacting Hunter the Parenting and Emperor TTS. Since he hasn't seen them yet. Oh, wow! I think if Red Claw's gonna commit, he's gonna have to start with Emperor TTS first? Maybe?
Is he allowed to react?
You know
on
what?
stream
He's
though?
gonna look. What he needs to do, he needs to lock in and just watch the TTS Emperor. If he really, really wants to, just needs to lock in. You know?
To be fair, TTS is probably the best place to start if for no other reason the series has been definitively concluded because middle finger from Games Workshop.
Yeah.
I,
Thanks, Games Workshop. Thanks, Games Workshop.
And I thought, the shenanigans that Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro pulling on D&D was bad. No, Game Workshop is worse.
You
It's
have to
far more
understand they're
impressive.
competing in a race to the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's it. It's
for
a
context,
downward race.
okay, for context, Jay, okay, let me try to summarize this properly.
TLDR.
Games Workshop is another company that hosts their own games, especially when it comes to Warhammer 40k. Thing is, though, they implemented a system where, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, please, that they kind of punish the community for doing fan works.
Oh,
Sounds
boy.
familiar.
So
Does sound familiar.
to how do I put this to clarify? So Games Workshop, they are a company based in the UK. They are the copyright holders of the Warhammer franchise. So both Warhammer Fantasy 40,000 and the post-fantasy timeline now as well. I forget what it's called. Age of Sigmar, I think it's called now. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Suck
In
my
the-
dick. Yeah,
in
continue.
the mid 2010s, mid to late 2010s, basically, management at Games Workshop decided, hey, we want to better monetize our fans' projects so that we have better control over that. So they did two things. Number one, they started working on launching a paid service called Warhammer Plus. And then number two, they basically started throwing DMCA weight around as much as they can. This was also roughly in line with their new release policies, where for basically all their newer products, they started coming up with creative and original names. Because fun fact, Games Workshop does not in fact own the copyright to the term Space Marine, which has been used since at least the 1950s.
which is not okay. Hey, wait a minute, hold up. What did I just read there? Speaking of wizards, recently they sent a DMCA to the creators of a Stardew Valley mod based on Baldur's Gate called Baldur's Village. Swin Vinci, the co-founder of Larian and creative head of Baldur's Gate 3 plus others, grilled them for it. They pulled back fast. Oh my god. Wait. Hold on. I'm committed. Hold on a second. Let me.
Alright.
Stardew
Go.
Val. Is this legit? Hold on a second.
It's been on the feeds, I think, for the past day or so, from what I understand.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They weren't kidding.
Another Wizards of the Coast L.
No, like, legit.
Oh wait, oh shit. Wait. I was reading the chat now. Like, the Larian, as in the gate. Oh my god, that looks so good. Fucking why? My god.
Wait, hold on. Is that the actual sprite art? My goodness.
Oh, that is so good.
Oh,
That's incredibly well rendered. My goodness.
It is. Holy mother Teresa. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Astarion looks hot.
That is some... What kind of art style is that? It's not quite
It's,
pixel art, but it's very well done.
You know, pseudo anime.
Realistic?
Oh, Shadow Heart. Oh,
I would,
Shadow Heart. My
I wouldn't call
Shayla.
it-
My
I wouldn't-
Shayla. Shadow Heart. My Shayla.
I don't know if pseudo-anime is the right term, but it always
I don't know,
pixel
but
art.
I don't care. But I don't care. But it has Shadow Heart in it. My Shayla. My Shayla. Oh.
I can't believe it. So the actual heads of Larian Studios said don't do that to Wizards when they said it at the DMCA. Holy shit.
Oh.
Wait, so the actual devs for Stardew Valley said no.
No,
the actual dev of
no,
Baldur's Gate 3
The
said
Baldur's
no.
Gate people.
Part of me actually wants to give it a try now.
Well, oh my goodness, it's that one effect where the minute you try to shut something up, the more people want to look into it.
The Streisand effect, yes.
The Streisand effect, thank you.
Oh, bro.
It literally is just a Streisand effect now.
You don't just do something just so it'll actually rear its attention right at you. Or I may have gotten that thing wrong. Okay, don't pay attention to that. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is
I'm going
that
to pay attention to that. I am perceiving you.
Yeah.
In other words, don't F with the community. You get with the horns.
Yeah.
And
Mess with the bowl, you get the horns. Which, speaking of, I'm actually working on someone's cow character.
Aww.
I'm actually loving how it's coming along so far.
You know, speaking of cow characters, part of me actually wants to give it a try making a cow as character, but then again, I know some people would say, why don't you just make Furbolgs with that design? Well, that's the thing. The thing is, that's a Critical Role design, you know, and it kind of dominated the field since. I've yet to see an actual Furbolg that's based on the one that's on the books. Well,
You could do something.
I mean, the ones from the books are kind of boring, though, don't you think?
what?
I said the ones from the books are kind of boring, though, don't you think?
Maybe so, but
I mean, for real, what is a key difference between a Furbolg and say a Minotaur?
Okay, let's see. Minotaurs have actual proper bovine a bull head. They also have they also have the cow hooves for feet or human feet depending on the artist. And they would Furbolgs are usually have blue to gray skin tone color, and then Minotaurs will actually have usually earthy colors, if you will.
Okay, but consider this. Baby Furballs, but actually, like, looking like, you know, baby cows when they're incredibly fluffy. Let me just pull up a baby cow for context.
That is cute.
I mean, baby calves. They are incredibly cute.
Baby cows.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Highland ones. Okay, yes, Highland cows. More
Those are
specifically,
like the-
'cause I know-
Oh, Highland cows are absolutely they're just babies. They're just babies,
They're
right
They're babies. Exactly, little baby.
Aren't they like the golden retriever of cows?
Yeah, and also like pretty much like the most common like look for like most minotaurs.
Yeah, that's certainly just looking at that picture. That's a fair descriptor.
Yeah, look, just imagine that. Like just the babies looking like that, just incredibly like fluffy and just they're little babies. It's cute.
I
I
can't.
would die for them.
Alright, hold on. Let me just, it's hard for me to share this to the class, so I'll have to make a workaround with what I got. Okay. Thank God I have a program that actually captures screenshots in an accurate order that I would need. Boom.
Yeah.
Babies right there with the little hooves and the little fluffy
The baby. It's a little baby.
I have baby.
Hello, cats.
Yeah.
That's babies right there.
Yes.
Babies.
Babies.
Oh,
Yes.
I just
babies.
realized where it is.
I need to step out for now, but I'll catch you guys later.
Alright, thank you for
Okay,
coming.
See you, JC.
Bye-bye.
We redeemed the big stretch.
I did it. I did the stretch when
You
we're in
crump-
ed break.
You redeemed the stretch.
Okay, I'm okay. Oh, but god dang it, I wish I actually made myself coffee.
I know the feeling.
Honestly, coffee's not that great for you anyway, so
You know what? That's fair.
But yeah, but there are just some people that are like more, there are some people out there that aren't tolerant of like of coffees and stuff. Like it's way too much. And you know what? I get it. More respect to you. But
Just enough.
as someone who is an avid caffeine connoisseur, it is, it's all right.
No, listen. Here's my thing. Is the first time I drank coffee was pretty much like my second or third day working at my first job, working a 9 to 5, and literally the only reason that I drink coffee is because I have to do 9 to 5s and I'm not a morning person.
God. Exactly. Especially when I was working.
honestly,
and I had-
apples are pretty good at waking you up in the morning.
I'll have to try
yeah.
that then.
Okay. All right. I just want to settle this. This is a little personal thing. Green lady. Okay. Green ladies or pink ladies or green apples.
Green apples.
Granny
Okay.
Smiths?
That's Granny Smiths. Yeah. Granny Smiths or pink ladies.
For me, it has to be series green apples from like series Cape Town.
I'm more of a pink ladies kind of person. But
I'm actually more of a Fuji apple person.
Oh.
Not bad.
Shake my hand, Miki.
All right,
Fuji apples are good.
Dap him up.
Look, they're my
They
favorite
deserve a dap up.
of all the breed of apples out there, they're my favorite apples.
Yeah.
Oh, Fuji's are delicious. I am telling you right now, they are divine.
If there's one apple I've actually yet to try out, it's an Alice apple.
I'm
Did
sorry,
you know
what?
black and white apples exist?
That caught the deer's attention. Yes, there is a legit apple called an Alice apple or a Lady Alice apple.
Hold on, you know that black apples exist.
Hold on, let me showcase to the class. This is what a Lady Alice apple looks like.
Oh, we have those at our store.
That actually,
That
I
looks
really-
quite tasty.
yeah.
It's just that it's also very funny because considering the fact that Dave and I wrote a story.
Wait.
It's
I've seen these. I've had these.
Oh.
heard those to be tart. Are they?
Are they?
I don't remember if they're seasonal though.
Guys, get this. There's black and white apples that exist.
Oh, before I actually.
I shared them
Oh.
in the
That
TV
is-
chat.
Yeah. That. Oh my God. That just looks. Where's the colors? They They didn't fucking paint my apples, bro. Like, what? Why have I
It's
done?
desaturated.
The queen said the queen of hearts wants them red.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, bro. I ain't going to the Queen of Hearts for that shit, dog. Like, I can't fucking give to that.
But yeah, like the two types of apples that I'm used to are golden and golden delicious apples, which are
Oh, Golden Delicious are amazing. I love those.
yeah, they're fairly common in like the Ceres Valley near Stellenbosch in the Western Cape, and also Gala apples.
Still, I would love to try out one of these one day. I think they're
Whoa.
called black diamond apples.
Yeah, black diamond apples are unfortunately native to Tibet on this one big mountain that won't grow anywhere else.
Boo.
Worth it. Worth
That
it.
is very unfortunate.
But it'll be worth the travel.
But I will say this. You know, it's kind of funny on the subject of apples, because Dave and I are basically co-writers of our own story, which is called Apple Blossoms. Given the fact that the characters and yes, it's a student-teacher adult relationship story, and it has urban fantasy elements. But what I'm trying to say is that given the connotations that the main character's name is Alice, you could say she's the apple for the teacher.
You're the. He is.
I'm sorry,
She
did
is
you
the
just
apple
say
to his
apple for
eye.
the teacher?
She is the apple to her eye.
Mikoto Nui Mackling. My goodness.
Now, all right.
That's basically the joke I've been saying. We've been writing that story for what? How many years now? And you've never had an Alice apple?
No, I mean, it's a major coincidence when I was looking up apples for the story. Okay. It's a major coincidence that name showed up in the breed of apples when I was doing my homework.
It just happened to like exist.
I could continue making jokes, but that would be a bit too rosebud.
Yep. So we're gonna call it there. But I will say this. It is kind of nice to bring back the urban fantasy elements into it again, considering the fact that these two originally were for a World of Darkness campaign, and slowly we just kind of reincorporated that back into the writing, mainly because it's Hunter the Parroting that brought it back, if you will.
Yeah, so reignited the flame related to World of Darkness, let's say.
But I think I will say this though. It's gonna have it's loosely based on World of Darkness. So loose, I meant like loose, like you shed like hundreds of pounds of weight, and you found the previous pants and the previous pants you wore before doesn't fit anymore. That kind of
Or your
loose.
skin is loose. Or
Okay,
you've got like loose skin.
I gotta say, I feel personally attacked by that because I realized when
What? What did you do?
you're fine.
Gotcha.
Let me
Hold on.
elaborate.
My lunch break's over. I gotta take off.
Okay.
Hey, you take it. Thank you for coming.
Later.
What did you
I'm
do?
still here, I think.
The goober behind me did. Well, that's what. He targeted me by the armpit again.
Yes, Lord Blood, Steve attack.
Yeah, so as I was saying, the reason I felt personally attacked by it is because when I started noticing like a few months before I went to South Africa that I had to tighten my belt a bit more on my pants. Anyway,
I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to, dear.
it's fine. It's
What?
It's fine. As I was saying. So when I went to South Africa, lo and behold, I went to
happened?
go and get some jeans from a family friends, like
I can't
literally
hear him, hun.
our neighbor, like my childhood neighbor, basically owns
I
a
didn't
clothing
mean
store,
to. I'm
and
sorry, dear.
They own a
I
what?
understand, but I need to give context to the story. Please let me
Yeah,
finish.
you just stop being cute for 2 minutes and let Dave explain his jeans story.
Your neighbor owns a what now?
Right, so to bring everybody back up to speed, me and my brother go visit South Africa. Our childhood neighbor, again, the guy who lives across the cul-de-sac from my father, he owns a clothing store.
Okay.
It's in a place called Fishhook. Literally translates to fishing corner, but that's not what's important. We go there, and before we left, that was the place we got my jeans fitted before leaving. So we go back there. We have a nice reunion. My mother, my brother, and I all go there, get a new pair of jeans. It turns out I've dropped a size because in the last year when I was working in Canada, I was traveling into and out of Toronto from my hometown every day. So I was getting in a hell of a lot of exercise basically every day going to and back from work.
Nice.
So I somehow managed to drop a jean size.
Hey, I'm envious, brother. But this doesn't explain why this one is so apologetic, though.
Look, that's because I just said that we're bringing back the urban fantasy elements to our story of apple blossoms, and that's a work on its own because so much of the story aged like milk. It's just that because this fact that the characters are based from a World of Darkness setting, and the thing is, with the urban fantasy elements, they're loosely based on World of Darkness. I mean, loose enough like you've gone through hundreds of pounds of weight shed off, and you found your previous pants and they no longer fit you anymore. That loose.
Oh, that hurts, hon.
I'm sorry.
That hurt. That, honey.
No! Wait! Come back!
Goober.
Honey, that's been what,
Stop being a
my
fucking
last-
goober.
I'm sorry! Come back! No!
I love you. I forgive you. But whymst.
My mouth has a way of running itself, okay?
Running itself off a cliff.
Your mouth is away with many things.
Hey, you know what? That is absolutely fair. Okay.
I decided to get myself something to eat since you got yourself some panda earlier.
Uh-huh.
I managed to find a deal like get one big thing from Jackson, get a second one free.
Oh, what are you gonna get the other one free of?
Well, they're the same thing. Like they're essentially copies of one another. I can't change them between them, but I got essentially 2 burgers, 4 orders of fries, and 2 small drinks.
Can I have some fries?
Yes, you may have some curly fries.
Yay!
You got curly fries. Let's
They're
go.
not gonna be here for another 30 minutes.
Oh. Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, but speaking of large deals, that's another thing that I find very weird about North America in general. Right, applies to both the US and Canada. Your retailers love to sell in bulk so that they can justify upping the price of individual items.
I mean,
You want to buy,
sorry.
like, you want to buy a single can of Coke, well, that's $5 Canadian, buddy, pay up. That's probably not the actual price, but just hypothetically. Meanwhile, you buy a pack of like 30 cans and it's like 50 cents per can kind of thing.
50 cents per can.
I'm-
What?
I'm being hypothetical here, that's not the actual
Okay,
price.
I know that's crazy. That's like a crazy timeline.
I also, I'm still flabbergasted in this one too, from time to time. Considering the fact that I've been born and raised in the Philippines for 18 years of my life.
Yeah, the problem is now you've got 30 cans of Coca-Cola. You're either gonna drink through them all in an unhealthy manner, which means you need to buy some more anyway, or what the hell are you gonna do?
Most likely ration them.
Yeah,
Right.
or at least like save it for like parties. You know, if you wanna, if you're a designated driver, you're just like, I'll have a cold one of
Well,
soda.
I mean, right, let me give an example. Right now, my brother is actually the one doing the 9 to 5 driving even to work, and if he wants to grab a drink, he basically has to plan to bring one with him because it's cheaper to do that than to just go out to the shop and buy one. Especially out, like, when I was working in downtown Toronto, the prices of food is just exorbitant down there.
Oh dear. Before we continue, I need to do a dice shuffle. Okay, 1 is Dave, 2 is Bio, 3 is Cat, 4 is West, 5 I turn into a plushie and I go into the jar. And 6,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to roll
it's
again.
fine.
Yep, it's that time again, so...
Because I don't think you're ready to hold
Okay,
here.
that's 6.
I didn't even know he was in the car, in the jar.
Okay.
Do you not hear me here?
I know, it's just kind of hard. I think it's because I've got, like, surround sound.
I
Okay,
did not.
Wes, you're free.
Yeah.
And I am so sorry, Cat. Any last words?
What, again?
There you go.
To be fair, we all get round robin in one form or another. The only exception being Afton, who usually gets the rack.
Yeah, you can barely fit. I mean, you can kind of fit Afton if you just like shuffle, or if his antlers like molt, like or if he's recently molted his antlers. Really easy, really easy.
Doesn't matter. The point is,
Okay, damn. All right.
The cat gets to lick some salt in the jar. Oh dear, no.
Oh no.
But yeah, to come back to World of Darkness, which was the original point of this conversation.
Okay, back to World of Darkness. Back to World of Darkness. No more.
I can
side-
focus now. Go ahead.
Yes, so firstly, to basically address Kat's comment, quote, sounds like basically we took the main Ascension content and ran with that on its own, with terms changed without most of the other stuff. Sort of, we trimmed out the stuff that we didn't like the whole World of Darkness. The theme of World of Darkness sort of binds everything together is the inevitable end of the world is coming, everything fucking sucks and it's only going to get worse and you've got to make the best of it. I think we did away with that whole inevitable end of the world thing.
I mean, it's kind of depressing a little bit, isn't it? That everything, that no matter how much you try to make it work, it's just kind of okay. My brain is trying her hardest to try to process words. But what I'm trying to say is that it's still fun a little bit disheartening that we're actually having a nice story with urban fantasy, only it ends with an apocalypse. It's
To
just.
be fair, the only... Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, arguably the only tabletop which is worse for that would be Call of Cthulhu, which is your character is going to die in some horrific eldritch way anyway. You just get to decide how that adventure pans out.
I think maybe that's a reason why I kind of don't see myself playing as Call of Cthulhu.
Alright. Just have to look at the stream.
But yeah, instead it's just, an urban fantasy story where it's just two people who are from two different spectrums of the urban fantasy just kind of, met, fell in love, and had to juggle a relationship that is both from the normal world and from the bit of the fantastical one too.
Yes, with all the associated problems that come with it. For example, things like the Technocratic Union, the occasional vampire showing up, or literal fucking werewolves.
Which, yeah, one of the main antagonists is most likely gonna be one.
You know what? I feel like you know what you really should watch? Like, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. I feel like that's like a pretty good, influence, a bit of inspiration. Because the movie essentially is just like, a bunch, a pair of strangers who meet and form an unexpected bond to help each other find closure in their lives before an asteroid wipes out life on Earth. So,
Yeah, we kind of want to get rid of that end of the world aspect, to be fair.
okay, alright, so...
Look, at the end of the day, it's just a romance. It's technically a romance story.
Yeah.
Just filled with a lot of erotic content as well.
Erotic content and urban fantasy content. Look, cards on the table. It's an adult story, if you will.
It gets horny.
Yes.
Oh, okay, it gets horny. Alright, that is fair.
You could call it egregiously, but that is the point.
Look, at least we admitted. At least we admitted it. You know it.
Yeah, you're upfront about it, and that's fine.
It's besides, it's a combination when it comes. This story is gonna have a little bit of a combination that's based on mage and changeling, if you will.
Yeah, essentially, what happens when you put a changeling and a mage in a room together and out comes a child?
And hey, what do you think? Where do you think Ness came from?
Yeah. So it's essentially an apocalyptic. It's essentially like a Lovecraftian story meets How I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
I wouldn't call it quite Lovecraft.
Not Lovecraftian.
Oh, okay, but it's definitely giving How I Met Your Mother vibes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just looking at the stream chat, the stream room, OC as well. Okay, for that matter, Cat's saying, for that matter, that's how I take it, lol. I like the system and its overarching, immediate things going on in it, like the technocrats and the traditions, the implied long-term shit going on, or that pesky end of the world thing can get stuffed. This is my stuff, and I don't want that shit in it.
I mean, to be fair, that should be the essence of a good tabletop game, right? You take a setting and decide, you know what, I don't want this in, or I want to put this in at your table, and at the end of the day, that's the way it should be. I don't see why we shouldn't apply that to something like fantasy writing as well.
Mm-hmm. Especially urban fantasy writing, because, well, at the end of the day, what matters most is if you actually have fun with it.
And then the other thing that I would consider just outside of that would be something based on loosely on the setting of City of Mist, or even potentially looking at getting into City of Mist at some point. Problem is I have to convince myself to spend money on doing that, and then trying to find people to participate in that system.
City of Mist? What's that?
Tabletop system. The overarching setting for City of Mist is there is a city that is engulfed by a mysterious power known as the Mist, which affects certain people. Basically, it connects them to the spirit of some figure, typically something mythical or fictional in some way, shape, or form. And the connection between that spirit of the fictional being and the real being basically ends up causing this sort of adventure/conflict between the two. Meanwhile, the ordinary people who are unaffected by this, known as sleepers, basically, find ways to justify to themselves all the weird shit that's happening. So let's say you get connected to the spirit of Zeus and you gain superpowers to cast lightning in some form. He thinks that a car battery just exploded or something.
Oh God!
Wow. Wow.
So, but there's also this struggle because there's basically these 4 levels of how integrated your superhero identity. I call it superhero because it's sort of this you're battling between the identity.
It's a lot more like, it rolls off the tongue better than moonlighting, because that just implies that there's like well, that's probably the same thing, really.
But basically, the whole thing, as I understand it, is you have to walk a fine balance between keeping to your real world life and responsibilities and doing superhero stuff, because if you tip the scales too far towards the superhero side, then you basically lose your original identity entirely. You become the spirit of that being and it's game over. And if you go the other way and focus too heavily onto being purely your regular self, then you fall back into being a sleeper and forget any of this ever happened and it's game over.
Oh.
So there's this balance between not becoming an outright superhero and still trying to be your regular self.
That's kind of similarly when it comes to a phenomenon in Changeling, that if they don't balance things out right when it comes to the Fey life and the human life, if they lose their if they focus way too much on the human life, they would actually forget about their changelings. They would actually forget their changeling half.
So basically, if someone, say, was affected in City of Mist by, let's say, the spirit of Absolute Batman, because they'd started reading Absolute Batman comics recently, and then they went all in on the Batman part, their social identity would cease to exist entirely, and then they would just be Batman at that point. Like, there wouldn't be a Bruce Wayne involved in the story. There would literally just be Batman.
Okay, so it's a 5. So that's how the system works, huh?
Yeah, I think there's also, I forget exactly how the system works, but I know they have a simplified dice roll system that makes it fairly simplistic and gives a lot of power to they call it a GM, a games master, in order to control how the flow of gameplay goes.
You know what? That's fair. I think I want to give this this game system a try. It's just that I've never I don't know. This will definitely be my first time rodeo doing a different game system outside of D&D that I'm so familiar with for the past few years.
Like, I can show you some of their videos explaining how the system works on their official channel and whatnot, but I'm still on the fence as to whether to actually commit to, spending money to go and buy stuff so that I could be a game master, because I don't know anybody who plays City of Mist, so I would have to do all the work.
You know what? That's fair. Oh no. Joe.
I hear JoJo.
Joe.
What's JoJo doing?
She's meowing for attention. What?
Well, there's a time and place.
Joe, no. Please. JoJo girl. Oh my lord. I swear, this cat.
Yeah. Female cats are, like, incredibly different. They are so neat, not just needy, but they are, like, very, very particular.
I think, I know when Steve said that he's basically, living with a cat, and not, and not including our 2 actual cats here. He meant, I understand a little bit now, considering that I'm, in a sense, needy. In a sense that I'm also very affectionate. And I also throw my own tantrums, in a sense.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the cat. My brother's former cat, Teo, was, in her early life, a very skittish cat who only trusted my brother, and it was only into her twilight years that she became more friendly towards other people.
Yeah.
This is true. I mean, Joe, in a sense, is a very skittish cat. Like, if you actually move something into her, if you actually move or shuffle something close by, she would actually just start bolting and moving and running out elsewhere. And, sometimes it can be kind of funny, and sometimes it can be, what the heck was that? Oh, that's probably Joe.
That's Joe. Typical Joe.
Okay, but right now, okay, Joe left the room. I think she's just meowing for me for attention. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It is usually the case with.
Yeah. I find it funny that my fiance is very cat-coded as well. She tends to sleep a lot, and whenever she's just and she just whenever she just eats at random points during the day, and it's like, and she tends to bite. I'm being very careful with my words because I don't want another slip up, because I've already copped a bunch of those last time.
Fair?
Yeah, so
like just back to back.
I mean, I think if there's also another sign that I was a little bit cat-coded is that I'm very particular when it comes to clothing. There was a time when a couple months back, or a few months back, I don't know, where Steve, I tried to look for something to wear because it was winter, it was cold, and I don't like freezing my butt off. So I tried to look for something for me to wear that I could actually cover myself up, and I can't seem to find my go-to long sleeve sweaters, long sleeve shirts out there. So I eventually found this one particular long sleeve that I think it was mine. It was a Christmas gift where it's this gray, unflattering, formless sweater that Steve. That I thought it was Steve's, but it was not. It did not fit him. So he thought it was mine, and so he tried putting that on me, and I was like fussing, like, no, I don't want this.
No.
And
no.
And it got to a point. It got to a point where he tried fixing the sweat to make sure that it looks fitting on me. All of my face is kind of like, my cheeks are puffed up. The mouth is a thin line, and
oh my god!
And
did you try to bap him across the face
No.
It's just
I haven't, but I did this though, where I didn't, but I did this. I haven't done that, but I did this though, where as soon as he is actually done fixing the sweater, it's like, there. I just immediately start flailing my arms to get it off me.
Oh my god.
Complete with house gremlin noises, if you will.
Oh, creature noises.
Yes, cats can be very skittish creatures.
Yeah.
Cosmo, my mom's cat, was also very skittish for a long time. Although she used to never let anybody except my mom touch her back, and when I came to visit, that seems to have slowly faded away. But she also has a very interesting companion. And it's a bit of a tangent here, but so basically, I think it was either my mother or her husband basically came back one day with a tortoise.
Oh.
Basically, this tortoise, we don't know where it came from, but they basically let it live in the front garden because there's a bunch of bushes and all that. And Cosmo was fascinated by this thing. So she now has a habit of going outside and just sitting beside the tortoise because she finds it curious, inquisitive. She basically now has a tortoise friend.
Oh my god.
Okay, I hear a cat shuffling against my chair. Hello, Joe.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was Joe's meow, I believe.
Nope.
No, that was Joe. I just did a little funny.
I just scooped up the baby. I'm not sure if you can hear
The
her.
baby. The baby.
Can you hear her? Can you hear the purrs coming out from this cat? Hold on, let me move the pop filter.
Alright, turn it up, turn it up. Alright, chat. Okay, chat, turn up your volumes. This is quality ASMR.
Can you hear her?
No.
I heard a little bit. Hang on, I heard a little bit. Let me just pause my music.
I think the Discord filter might be blocking it.
Oh,
way.
damn it. God damn it.
Oh,
but
well.
still, I heard a little bit of,
Jojo.
very happy.
Hi,
Very
Jojo.
happy.
Hello, cat. Can I help you, girl? Do you want to
Yes,
play? Is that why you're here? Do you want to play?
Oh my god. The time and place.
I guess she wants to play. Let me see if I can actually give her some little bit of play.
Just a little bit.
Joe, I'm giving you 5 minutes. 5 minutes and
Alright. And then she's gotta go back to work. Mama's gotta try and finish. Mama's trying to draw.
Jojo. That's it, baby girl. You can actually catch it, can you?
Oh, Come on, Joe. Come on, Jojo.
The one thing I love about Joe is that whenever it comes to playtime, she plays she hunts. She basically hunts to kill whenever she plays. Like, she's the type that when she does cut the little toy, she would actually grab it into her mouth and try to move elsewhere to actually play/kill it.
Yeah.
But apparently she's just busy rolling instead of moving up.
Oh my god. Actual laziness.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
This baby.
dang it. I wish I had my phone. So I could actually record this.
Oh my god. Oh no. Sweet baby.
She is a sweet baby. And it's even cuter because she has a bobtail. It just kind of, you know how cats have long swishes of their tails whenever they
Yeah,
hunt?
oh they do. And sometimes they just knock into when they're right beside like something like a wall and they just have that little
What is that, Joe? Cha-cha.
little Joe.
I mean, hers is just a small nub, so it just, so the motion is just kind of extra.
Oh,
Cha-cha. Do you? Okay, there she goes. She's now doing bunny kicks to her toy.
damn it. I was trying to take a photo of my cat who was just sleeping and she just immediately shut up when I was like right next to her.
Cha-cha.
God damn it. God damn it, Crystal. You little
Okay,
goober.
What is it with cats who have a way to actually interrupt the streaming?
I don't know. They just don't have they have no concept of yes. They're just catting it.
You know what? That's absolutely fair. Alright, Joe. I'm now done with play. Okay, as much as I want to play with more with you, I need to get back to work. I need to get back to work, cat.
Want me to grab her?
Yeah, grab
Nope.
grab the child. Grab the baby.
She scampered off.
I am sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Can I help you, you big goober?
Sir? Sir?
Hi.
Sir?
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Yeah. Food's almost here. I'll give him your portion of fries once it does.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Okay, so yeah, we're almost done when it comes to fixing up this girl's line art. As soon as we're done with this one, I think I'm gonna call it there because as much as I want to continue more of this, winded from today, and I think I'm just gonna make myself some coffee.
Yeah. Or maybe some chicken, maybe Cheetos, a little bit of, maybe just a bit of,
Oh, coffee, Cheetos, chicken.
coffee, Cheetos, chicken.
Trying to kill her?
No, I'm just giving you options, like a bit of coffee, Cheetos, chicken.
As much as I want to, I already ate earlier. I just need some coffee
That's
to
true.
actually rejuvenate the Mickey. Get some of the blood of the gods back into my system.
Yeah, it's not divine power. It's cappuccino.
Let's see.
Actually, which coffee do you? I mean, honestly, going back to that coffee conversation, like, you know, if you don't like it, that's fine. But you cannot deny the aroma of coffees, the aroma.
Oh,
the
100%.
beans, of roasted beans, the aroma just whiffing off of it, just very nice.
I absolutely love the smell of coffee, and cause when Steve and I are doing grocery shopping and we pass by the coffee aisle, especially when it comes to this one particular grocery store where they actually sell legitimate beans that you can actually just grind up in your home. They have the most wonderful smell that comes into my noses, my nose, that whenever I am feeling incredibly groggy or tired, I will just take a nice whiff of of that section of the shop, just so I can actually take in when it comes to the smell.
Speaking of smells.
Yes, dear. Ah, curly face. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. God damn.
I think I'm gonna make myself some coffee after this.
This time at day? You sure?
Yeah.
Why not? Why
Plan
not?
on staying
There's
up
no-
late to get some work done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay then.
But it's justified.
Love
like
you.
it's
Love you
justified
too.
to have. You know what? I'd say it's justified to have a have coffee or at least like some form of energy refreshments, just to like if you've got like work done or if you're working from home, you just need to be like super laser focused. Like literally, all I had so far today was just my cup of coffee, and it was just, you know.
I must say, for me, if I do that, I find that the crash really gives me unnecessary amounts of anxiety. So I try to avoid that.
You know what? That is absolutely fair.
If I have coffee in the morning, by the afternoon I'm already feeling pretty down. So I try and avoid doing that.
Yeah, although if you were me, like working at a job where you have to like start at like 6 in the morning, well, first off you're gonna have to like wake up at like around like 5-ish, and then first thing you do, have some coffee, and then on the way you start at 6, finish at 2:30, and then as soon as you get back you just
No, for me the only way I would be able to perform like that is eating something as well. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be one of those, what do you call them? The little egg with bacon things.
Oh yeah.
Eggs Benedict.
No, that's not what I know what Dave is talking about.
That's a full meal.
Oh, okay. Fuck, I'm being.
Which don't get me wrong, eggs and bacon sounds absolutely delicious, but still.
Right.
Eggs Benedict has been my favorite, man.
Alright, anyway. Boys Party, you have multiple noses?
No.
Can you imagine a biblically accurate angel? Instead of eyes, it's just all noses and stuff. So, whenever they say it's... So, whenever you encounter a biblically accurate angel, all you'll just hear is... You're not afraid.
Let's see. I made them thighs a little bit more... I made them... It's not as... Do you think it's... I should actually flare up those stockings to be similar to the image, or just flare up the thighs like this?
What seems to be... I think the good balance is if you want to... The proportions are like very I'd say the proportions for most of these characters so far are very consistent. So if you like just, you know, tweak the proportions, it's fine, but like not so much that it just looks completely out of place.
You know what? That's fair. Let's see. I know it's not ideal to do coffee later at this evening, but I just kind of needed it because it's been a long ass day, and I woke up really earlier than usual. Maybe this could be an indication that I should definitely get some decaf coffee. That is like an emergencies, if you will.
Yeah, like fuck it. You know, at this point, fuck it. Just have some coffee if you want.
Let's see. No. Let's see, but how do you guys actually light your coffee, now that I actually think about it? Alright. We're having a bit of a coffee debate, but fuck it, we ball.
We ball, exactly. We fucking ball. And if you're a coffee person, that's fine. If you're not, then that's completely, you know, justified.
Yeah, if I have to convince myself to have coffee, I generally like 2 sugars minimum. If I'm out and need to grab one and don't have time to specify, then I'll typically have milk in it as well.
Well, really? I thought you usually like yours with, I thought you like yours black with sugar.
Usually, yes, but the stuff that they sell out at other places is usually stronger, which means I need something to get rid of the bitter taste, which is unfortunately with the milk butter thing. Because if I could keep just stuffing sugar into my coffee, then I'm going to end up with diabetes.
You're gonna end up with some form of diabetes. Anyway, I can't have. Soulfire the Dragon said I can't have coffee without N-flavored creamer. I never actually had any creamer. I just usually stick with milk.
I like mine with.
Really.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright. I just like mine with full cream milk. Just something about it that just like balances it out.
I kind of like mine with also with heavy whipping cream sometimes, and if it's possible, and if I actually have it in person, French vanilla cream.
Ooh. Yeah.
Am I a little bougie? Yes.
Yeah, look, hey, you gotta, look, girl, you gotta treat yourself sometimes, alright? You need to enjoy the finer things in life. And, hang on, he also said, I can't stand coffee black. That's understandable, you know? I mean, not everyone's up for, like, black coffee. I have grown a tolerance, mostly because I'm, you know, I'm looking, big stretch.
We both do. I already finished doing what I was doing.
Okay, I'm dead.
I will stretch when I need to get up and when I am done. When I say that I'm done. What else? I'm trying to black up something.
Now here's a better question. Do you prefer your coffees do you prefer your coffee iced or hot?
Hot.
What I find very interesting is the way they advertise like those types of coffees. Like with regular coffee, it's like usually the enjoy a nice frothing and very aromatic coffee from your local cafe. Whether it's like you're advertising like iced coffee, for instance, like get some coffee into you. Yeah, intense caffeine injected into your veins.
You don't mind
Like,
either way.
see what
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's a complete like polar opposite of like what kind of coffees you want. Like if you're on the go, you could probably just get like a nice cafe quality coffee, not from a 7-Eleven. Jesus Christ. But I'm talking like your local cafe, not your Starbucks, or I mean, Jesus Christ. We've got like here in Australia, we've got like two, or at least like a couple of like at least 2 or 3 major coffee chains. One of them's called Gloria Jeans, and the other one is Blue Jamaica. And they make pretty good coffees.
I prefer mine that is also a little bit on the both a bit of both hot or ice, but it also depends on what kind of stock that they actually have, because I'm gonna be honest, I like frappes too, but that's because McDonald's has the mocha frappe and it's one of the very few things that I actually like in their menu. And I haven't had that in a long while, and now I'm already missing it. But anyways, aside from that, whenever I am in a coffee shop, I prefer mine with mine with a latte, that has mocha in it. Because I'm a person who likes chocolate and coffee. Sue me. But if there's one coffee type of coffee I really want to try, it's an affogato.
Yeah. Also, I just looked it up. Gloria Jeans was originally founded in 1979 in Long Grove, Illinois.
Ah.
And they somehow branched out to Australia like within around 1995, 1996. So.
Oh, hi, Dark Angel. Last night. What's good? Oh, sorry.
Hello. That's all right. No, I was just pointing out that interesting fact. In fact, the one true Aussie brand coffee house is Jamaica Blue.
Oh, that sounds lovely. But yes, here's what an affogato looks like. It's basically a little bit of both of a dessert and coffee at once. It's just like you take an ice cream or gelato and you pour a shot of espresso on it. Does this sound like death by coffee and ice cream? Maybe. Is it worth it though? Absolutely!
Oh,
Worth
God,
it.
And that
Worth
reminds me of my mother's signature coffee ice cream.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Oh. Let's see. Not only some not only some of their grinds are extreme as their names, but Death Wish Coffee is my brand. Wait, there's a legit brand called Death Wish?
Oh yeah, I have a friend of mine in Arizona that actually had like the Death Wish coffee, or at least the beans. And they told and let me tell you, they said that it was intense. It was fucking intense, but very nice. In fact, again, the one thing that most people that don't drink coffee and do drink coffee, they could all agree on: the aroma of coffee beans. Very nice, top notch.
Steve doesn't drink coffee, but even he also loves the smell of it.
You know what I used to do when I was little?
Hmm?
When I was at my grandparents', because well, my grandparents are Italian and so am I. But we usually have like Italian coffee, and I wasn't allowed to drink coffee because obviously I was a child. But I did like to go up to like the drink, like all the cups that were drank, and I just wanted to smell the coffee because I was so allured by the aroma of Italian coffee.
Is it different though, Italian coffee to your average standard coffee?
Well, it's mostly short blacks, but or long blacks. It's like mostly black coffee. But let me have a little look. Okay, Italian coffee. What's a traditional Italian coffee? An espresso. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. So if you have an espresso and a cafetiera, which is like a type of kettle. Let me pull it up. Give me, come on. Google.
Alright, ad break is off, so let me go ahead and, Oh, hey, Dark Angel, let's see. I'm doing well, but currently on my break at work. I hope you actually had a good break too, Dark Angel, and I hope you actually have a good day at work. Hope you're not losing money when you sneeze. Nah, I'm good. Has anyone ever tried Tim Hortons? My family makes it jokes and calls it Canadian's crack.
Canadian crack.
Tim's.
I've actually wanted to give Tim Hortons a try because it is... Look, Victoria talks about it a lot, especially when it comes to significant clip moments from her streams that she showcased them in her YouTube. I've always wanted to give it a I've always wanted to actually give it a shot.
Yeah, look, Tim's here is like there's almost as many Tim's here as there are McDonald's. I can literally see at least 3 different Tim's from my apartment.
Part of me still wants to give it a try, though. But I did remember once upon a time when Steve and I were shopping for our groceries, we did spot we did actually spot a box of Tim Horton coffee pods that is among there in the coffee aisle, and I've actually said to myself, now that's something I can't wait to actually give it a shot one day.
Yeah, there's a fair number of in-store Tim's branded items. It kind of reminds me of every time we find the Nando's sauces in Canadian stores here. I'm like, how the hell did they pull that off?
What the? Oh.
Which is very funny considering you never see any Starbucks in Italy, because if they were, or at least if anyone said like, oh, it'd be cool if we had a Starbucks, and every single Italian there would tell you, fuori di casa, which is Italian for "get the fuck out."
I think I must have committed a sacrilege as Rose then.
No, if you did say that, I'm pretty sure you'll get like a lot of looks. Same with adding like ketchup
No,
with pizza, breaking
Look, Bio, okay, context time. Here we go. I play as a character called Rose Valentine for this isekai D&D game that Steve, Dave, and I are a part of, along with other friends that is from that server. Look, this lovely woman right here, this is her. This is Rose, if you will.
Oh.
Before the jump to the said world, she was a top runway model, if you will. But a series of unfortunate events caused her to actually lose her job as a runway model, was forced to retire from that career, and as well as that she learned that her husband divorced her and basically just so he could actually get hitched with a man, if you will.
Oof.
And I made it clear when it comes to Rose that there's a few things that define her. One of them is that not only she has a talent for tarot card reading, but she is 1/3 Italian, so she slowly introduces Italian recipes that she learns from her grandmother.
From a nonna.
Yep.
Which is grandmother in Italian.
Yep. So I think in a sense, when you put it that way, I committed sacrilege because
Oh yeah.
One of Rose's favorite drinks is getting the cold drinks that is from Starbucks. Not the coffee one. I have to be very more specific, but yes.
Oh my god. Let me just. All right. You know what? In this situation, let me just do my shit in
Here's the thing.
the
Second to last fight in Wilds.
Yes.
I picked up my old lance. Oh, it is so satisfying. And I found and I was just looking up weapons and stuff, and I found like someone using a lance to completely block an attack.
Hey!
For someone else.
That is so cool.
No, what was even cooler is something I found in the comments.
Huh?
Effectively, I see it essentially as a Lancer's oath within Monster Hunter, anyway.
Okay.
Want to hear it? Or are you too busy?
I'm a little busy right now. We were currently talking about Rose.
And also coffee as well, and Italian coffee, and how her character made her nonna like roll in her fucking grave. Assuming that her nonna is like alive.
Unfortunately, her grandmother passed long ago when she was still like in her early teens. To be fair, and to be fair, that said nonna was used to run a vineyard, so Rose has a knowledge of wine.
She became a white woman. She became a white woman.
Look,
I just realized. Oh my god.
Rose in that story is gonna have a long-term goal where she gets to introduce sparkling wine in that world.
Sparkling vino. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to imagine. I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to imagine like a scenario where like every time she takes a sip of like, I don't know, a Starbucks, dollar store Starbucks coffee, her nonna just like would just like visit her and just be like, oh, what are you doing? You know, what is this? Why are you drinking that shit? That's bad. Look, I would know because I know exactly how. I know my grandparents. There are two types of Italians. They are Calabrese and they're also from Sicily. Two parts of it. But so I just know exactly what it's like in an Italian household.
You know what? I think I'm going to need your help later down the line for research. So I'll ask you for help later.
That's alright, and also my brother as well, because he's also like very. He literally went to like Italy one time, like all those like years and years ago with my auntie.
Huh.
Yeah, so you can probably refer to me and or him if you want, but like in terms of Italian cuisine, culture, and maybe a bit of history, because like some medieval Italy is like very interesting as well. And so is Polish.
Okay, let's make one more loop for...
Totally not lasso of truth. Anyway.
But yeah, Rose's one goal when it comes to one of Rose's many long-term goals is that she's going to introduce the concept of sparkling wine in that. Because thanks to Internet Historian, I actually really like the idea of a character from the modern world, especially since they have roots when it comes to having a parent who knows about sparkling wine, would introduce that to a world that doesn't have any. And hey, campfire cooking in another world and Izakaya Nobu actually has ever taught me is that that food really does have a way in winning people. Okay, so especially when it comes to especially when Rose gets to introduce pasta for the first time, I will always love that.
You know what you should do? I hope this happens. Like someone tries when they're trying to like cook the pasta, they break the spaghetti. Like you know how fucking this is one thing that I hate. You know, one thing that annoys me is because like you break the pasta, but really you gotta make sure that like you don't have to break it. You could just like wait till the soft side goes in, then you push it in, and then wait for it's al dente.
Oh god, me too. That's what I did too when it comes to my pasta. Like, who breaks pasta in order to put it in the bowl?
My god, what are you doing?
Who does that? Deadass, who does that?
Also, sparkling wine in Italy is called spumante.
Spumante? How do you
spumante.
How'd you actually write that down?
And I literally just googled like sparkling wine Italy, and I just looked at the results like, oh, what is sparkling wine in Italy called? Spumante.
Huh.
Which means sparkling water.
If Rose complained while making alcoholic grape juice, does that make her a wine?
A wine.
That's right. Okay. That's cute.
Yeah.
But speaking of Rose, I think there's one thing I can't wait to actually do somewhere down the line is actually draw her familiar. Piccolo. Yes, I can't wait to actually draw Piccolo when I finally get the chance, because that boy deserves to have his own appearance.
He's a sadistic motherfucker.
Okay, for context, during the Christmas special of the said campaign that Steve, Dave, and I are a part of, Rose was starting to have the early beginning roots of showcasing her romantic interest on an NPC named Carver. And yes, there are some shenanigans that happen involving the Christmas party-ish there, where it ends with Rose being escorted to her room because she got drunk and became that of a lonely / needy drunk. So much so that she actually asked Carver to please just stick around and stay, and then next thing you know, she just actually goes in for a kiss on the guy, which he does actually reciprocate in kind until she then passes out. Then later about the next day in that said Christmas party where it's the actual Christmas event like day where the gift exchange happens, and when Carver passes his own gifts to the party, he then turns to Rose and presented a basket, which contains this guy. Everyone in the chat, this is an Almirage. This is a rabbit with a unicorn horn on its head.
A Benu?
Yes.
Horn.
And no, it's not the size of your average rabbit. This is said to be categorized as small. So this is the size of a Flemish giant. And for those who are not sure what Flemish giants look like,
Big.
They are big boys. They are big buns.
Big.
Is it big enough to knock someone down? That's the question.
Hold on. You tell me. Hold on a second.
There you go. That'll work.
No, that's too big. Yeah. You know what? The one where that man is holding. The one with the image with the man. Yep, that's the size of a.
Oh my god.
Oh lord.
Big Benoos.
Yes.
Benoos.
Yes.
Lord Boff.
That-
Reminds me of
that-
that thing that would run around Brewfest in World of Warcraft, except no wings on it.
They're as big as dogs. Exactly. So I know that these guys are the size of Flemish giants.
Yeah.
And
I ought to have a giant bunny.
here we go. This is what they meant by the size, almost the size of dogs.
Oh, big. Oh, they big.
Yep. And
Big Benoo.
this Almirage has the same coat pattern that is similar to Rose's childhood pet, and she welcomes that said Almirage to her life and names him Piccolo.
Yeah.
And the thing about Piccolo, he is the sassiest boy that I've ever depicted in that campaign.
Also very sadistic.
Sadistic in a way too.
Sick
Well,
in the head.
mostly towards one particular member of the party, but to be fair, he deserves it.
Is it justified?
He
It
has
is-
a tendency to make stupid decisions.
He is very justified. Like there's a time when when we had to fight against a Fomorian giant along with his lackeys in order to defend a Firbolg village. There was a time in that said combat, Skane, Dave's character, who's a wild magic sorceress, tries to cast a powerful spell, only for the said magic to go wild, and then next thing you know, it just turns Skane into a sheep. So by the time the combat is over, Rose was staggered because she was badly injured, and then she noticed one head short from the party. Wait, hold on a minute. Where's Skane? Cue the bass of a sheep that is actually nearby. And Rose was trying to figure out how they gotta actually get Skate out of it. Cue to one of the said party member, Adrian, a tiefling monk, who has really powerful shonen protagonist syndrome, if you will, where he actually tries to go and say punch Skane really, really hard so it'll dispel the polymorph. Everyone tries their best to stop this from ever happening. Like, Carver tries to make him stop. He didn't. He tries to put hold person on him. It did not work. He's still committed. And then, in a last-ditch effort, Piccolo, the very Almirage, I'm bringing this thing up again, charges forward, runs right up to Adrian from behind, and stabs him with his horn in his butt.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Basically, the 1,000 years of pain kind of deal.
It's like that finger thing from Naruto, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, not like that, but just like the same pain.
And upon that said impact, when he falls over, Skade was freed from the said polymorph. But Adrian was scared shitless of Piccolo's sins. Like, all it just takes is just whatever he's trying to cook up on weird shenanigans again. I would just say, Adrian, make a perception check. Oh no. And then when he rolls high, he's like, you notice the small orbs of Piccolo staring right at you. And he would most likely try to get away from Piccolo as much as he can. But yes, I can't wait to actually design Piccolo.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's like 4 characters out of 6 now. Okay,
Go.
that's actually not so bad. So, as much as I want to continue more of this, it's already, it's already past that point, so
You sure?
I want to continue a little bit more, but I'm tired.
Okay.
Sleepy. So,
Time to go stretch some
And-
more.
So,
I've
let me
gotta
go
get-
see who is on right now.
well, we've got Oceanox, and what was it? I think
Ah!
Uncle Dan was it?
Jet! Birdie is on! She's one of my friends!
Hey!
Birdie.
She's Fairbanks' SO, and I can't wait. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and make the raid message right now, so we don't actually forgore on this. No, we're not using
Yeah.
the shaken gremlin.
Yes, use the shaking
No.
gremlin.
No, that is it's too malicious.
Don't shake
also
the
gotta
baby.
get-
Then tell the baby not to do stupid shit.
Okay, so she's still on right now. Okay, good. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start raiding Bird. Okay? Oh god, we're already seeing shaking the gremlins.
Yes.
I truly do appreciate that you guys came by here today and actually watched this commission slowly coming together. We only did 1 character instead of 3, but I guess after from today, yeah, I definitely need to get some juice in my system before I continue any
Yeah.
further.
And curly fries.
And curly fries. But it's coming
Yeah.
together, and I'm actually happy for that.
Yeah.
Join me by tomorrow as we're going to be having more shenanigans with Monster Hunter Wilds. I have to
actually have. Sorry, I forgot. Like I was gonna say, well, I won't be able to make it obviously because I'm going back into LARP.
Hey!
Which I was gonna ask. I hope Texas has their own LARP group because that would be so fucking sick.
Well, I hope it turns out really well for you, Bio, honest.
Yeah, well, I'm going as a new character, so like this is like a complete fresh slate. I'll yap more about it like in the next time.
Alrighty. But yeah, I hope to actually see you guys more next time. Until then, see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye bye. Take care.
Later.
Try some soup. We have soup. We have soup. Come and enjoy it.
Where the fuck is that soap?
Just give Birdie some soup while you're at it. Give her the fucking soup.